Discipline sounds solid. Wake up early. Stick to the plan. Do what needs to be done. It feels reliable. Serious, adult. If you were more disciplined, things would finally change. That idea is reassuring, because it frames progress as a matter of character. But real life rarely collapses because people lack discipline. It collapses because discipline is asked to carry too much. You try to be disciplined. You set rules. You make promises. You push yourself to follow through. Some days, it works. You feel in control, focused, capable. Then the days stack up. Fatigue accumulates. Stress increases. Life demands more attention. Discipline starts to feel heavy. Not empowering. Restricting. You push harder. And resistance grows. Not because you became lazy, but because constant self-control creates friction with reality. The popular story is familiar. Discipline separates success from failure. Disciplined people show up no matter what. Undisciplined people make excuses. Discipline is framed as the backbone of achievement. If something isn't working, you're told to be stricter. More rules, less flexibility, more control. It sounds convincing. Because discipline does matter in moments. But the story ignores what discipline actually costs over time. Discipline fails quietly because it relies on constant resistance. Resistance to comfort. Resistance to distraction. Resistance to fatigue. Every act of discipline requires energy. And that energy is limited. The more areas of life discipline tries to control, the faster it drains. Modern life accelerates this. Too many decisions. Too many expectations. Too many roles. By the end of the day, discipline is exhausted. Not because you are weak, but because the system demands too much restraint. Another problem is rigidity. Discipline often relies on rules. Fixed times. Fixed behaviors. Fixed standards. When life changes, rules don't adapt. So breaking a rule feels like failure. And failure triggers guilt. Guilt doesn't create progress. It creates avoidance. People don't abandon discipline because they stop caring. They abandon it because the cost becomes too high. Discipline is effective in short bursts. In clear situations, with limited scope, it is not a sustainable foundation for daily life. Lasting change depends less on self-control and more on alignment. Alignment between environment, expectations, and capacity. Discipline asks you to override reality. Alignment asks you to work with it. A better question than, how can I be more disciplined? Is how can I reduce the need for discipline? When friction drops, discipline becomes less necessary, and progress becomes lighter. A better framework designs systems that support behavior automatically. Clear defaults, supportive environments, lower thresholds. Instead of forcing yourself to comply, the system carries the weight. Discipline becomes occasional, not constant. Used when needed, not relied on daily. This shifts progress from effort to structure, from control to cooperation. Discipline sounds powerful, but power is not durability. Real life requires systems that work when you're tired, when motivation is low, when attention is scattered. If your progress depends on constant discipline, it will eventually stall. If your progress depends on structure and alignment, it can continue. The goal is not to be disciplined all the time. It is to build systems that don't require discipline to survive. Quietly, realistically. Over time. If this helped you think more clearly, you'll probably enjoy the next essay.